Dear students, before I show you how I create the strategies for the Bitcoin and how I automate them as expert advisors, I would like to tell you what is the historical data, because this is the first important step in algorithmic trading. So the historical data is everything that we see on the chart as information from the candlesticks. One more time, if I zoom and I put the mouse on the closing of any of the candlesticks, we see open, high, low and close. And these four values for all of the candlesticks, they form the historical data, and it is known to be Forex historical data or Forex history data. And these are a lot of bars. If I zoom out and I just move the chart, you will see how many candlesticks we have. Thousands of them. Okay? However, the brokers usually will not provide a lot of historical data. Even Hot Forex is one of the brokers that offer a decent number of bars. So if I press the home key on my keyboard and I hold it, I will go to the beginning of the chart, and you can see that this is data from the beginning of April 2018. Okay, if I go to M30 chart, press the home key, what I have the end of July 2018. And if I go to M15, I have August 2018, and M1, if I press the home key, that would be October 2020. Alright, so this is not really enough, especially the hourly chart. It's not enough data to build our strategies on. And one of the common mistakes the people do is to download the data from tools, and there is the history center which will download historical data for you. But if I click on crypto and I select any of the assets, okay, doesn't matter which one, I just double click on it, and if I double click on M1 and I click on download, you will see what a warning I get. You're going to download data from the MetaQuotes Software Corporation History Center, but your account is opened on the HF Markets, which is Hot Forex, right? So they warn you that I'm going to download not the data that works for my broker. So what is the best solution? In the old version of the course, I was showing how to export data with that EI Studio data export script. Basically, if I drop it over the chart, I will see a small menu where I can set the number of bars I want, commission in currency if I have, spread. Let me just click on OK, so you will see what happens. The bars are being exported, but you see that for M15 I have 56,720 bars, then for M30 I have nearly 30,000, then for the hourly chart I have just above 16,700 bars, which is not enough, okay? And the solution was that we wait with months or even years to collect the bars. Alright, so when you leave your MetaTrader open, and every new bar, every new candlestick that opens will be added to the existing data, and after months you will have enough bars. But that's obviously a time-consuming method, and now in 2020 we have the best solution for historical data, which is the Historical Data app. So this is a web-based app which is free to use, and the good thing here is that the historical data is very detailed. We have many symbols, we have forex currencies, commodities, cryptos, indexes. For the moment we have just the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, but I hope very soon we will have more cryptocurrency assets. And if I click, for example, on the Bitcoin, all I need to do is to go to settings and to set my time zone, which I already did. And what I will do, I will change the server name to Premium Data Hot Forex. okay, because I will be using the strategies, the expert advisors on the hot forex market, and I will show you how to make this data work for your broker. So if I go to acquisition and I click on load data, the data will be fetching from the server, and here it is. I have very detailed data. You can see that on M1 and M5 I have 200,000 bars, which is much more than the 60,000 we saw on MetaTrader. On M15, M30 and H1 I have less bars, but still that is more compared to what we could get from the MetaTrader platform. And then I will just click on the download button. Here it is, and the data is downloaded immediately. There is as well statistic for the data where we can see a lot of details, but it's a very complete data and we don't have any gaps, missing days or anything like that, which is very common for the data from the brokers. And very important, you can download this data in different formats. So I have downloaded it for Expert Advisor Studio because this is what I will be using for the purpose of the course. You can download it as CSV for Forex Strategy Builder, and as well you can download it for MetaTrader or for Excel. Okay, free to use, very useful. Now after I have the downloaded historical data, what I will do, I will go to the EI Studio and I will go to data. This is where I will open the downloads folder. Here it is, and all I need to do is just drag and drop the files over here. After I do that and I go back to the generator, I will have it as a data source. Okay, here it is, premium data, hot forex. So now I have it as a data source in EI Studio and I'm ready to generate strategies. So EI Studio is one of the most popular software that we use for algorithmic trading, to generate strategies, to automate strategies without programming skills. But the first step, the historical data, is very important. Now the last thing I need to do is to go to tools and I click on symbol settings, and here I have the premium data hot forex and I have set the symbols. So how I know what symbol settings to put, if I click on settings source, there is the option to use the original settings from the data file, which are from the data app, the historical data app, and I have the option to use custom symbol settings, and that's what I have selected to use. As spread, I have entered 250, and I will tell you why. Because as we saw, the spread with the Bitcoin is about $24. It is displayed as 24,000 on MetaTrader. So I take a little bit bigger spread as 25. You can see in some moments it increases. So average, I would say $25, but because the premium data from the historical data app has just one digit after the decimal comma, then I will just enter 25.0. Okay, it's not gonna be 25,000 as a value, but it will be 250. Okay, it's the same thing. Just one more time, the premium data from the app uses one digit after the decimal comma. The rest below is regarding the swap, and as we saw with hot forex, we have negative of 6,000 points of swap, right? Here it is for swap long and swap short. But one more time, this is because they use 3 digits after the decimal comma. Here it is. So this is $6. And since the digit value in the premium data is 0.1, I need to enter negative of 60 for swap long and swap short. Okay, I hope that's clear. This is just a little bit more of trading basics, how we calculate digits and points and pips. And with the Bitcoin is a little bit harder because we have bigger numbers compared to Forex trading, for example. But one more time, the spread on Hot Forex is displayed as 25,000 because they have 3 digits after the decimal comma, but it is $25. And because the premium data has just 1 digit after the decimal comma, or the digit value is 0.1, then I entered 250. Now for the swap long and swap short on Hot Forex, we saw that it's negative of 6,000, right? Because they have 3 digits after the decimal comma, which equals to negative $6. And as swap long, I have entered negative 60 because negative 60 times 0.1, because I said the premium data uses 0.1 digit, or this is the digit value in the premium data that we downloaded from the historical data app. If I hit on equal, it's negative 6. Okay, it's the same value as what we have with Hot Forex on MetaTrader. So this is how I have made this historical data from the historical data app to work on the Hot Forex, and now I'm ready to use it in the AI Studio, which is the best tool out there on the market that I have found about 2 years ago, and I have started using it personally with my team as well, and we are able to generate strategies to automate them as expert advisors without programming skills. So I don't need to hire developers anymore to automate my strategies or to buy ready to use expert advisors from the market, which are usually not working as they are expected, and usually people lose money with these expert advisors. So in the next lecture I will demonstrate how I'm using AI Studio, and you will learn how to create your own strategies if you want to, and of course if you don't want to, you can use the ones that I am using and that I have included in this course. Alright, so this was the lecture about the historical data, which is very important first step, and basically if you miss it, then you really don't have a good chance of robust algorithmic trading, because having a good and reliable historical data is crucially important for algorithmic trading. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you straight away in the next video. Alright, so if you want to download historical data for more assets, you can find the app right in the menu, historical data, and as you saw, it's very easy to use it. Then on the left side we have the AI Studio. Both are web-based, so it is very easy to use them on our website. The historical data app is free. AI Studio has 15 days free trial, which you can use and take advantage of, because during this time you can export unlimited number of robots for Bitcoin or for any other asset that you want to trade. I personally believe it's a great experience to try the 14 days free trial, because you will learn how to automate, create strategies, how to analyze them, and in the next lecture I will show you how I do it personally. But one more time, if you don't want to do it by yourself and you just want to use ready to use expert advisors, then you can use the EAs that I'm using every month and that I have included in this course. Alright, thank you guys for watching and staying with me until the end of the video. If you liked the video, thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you have missed to do it so far. Have a wonderful day. Bye.